Welcome to the Week in Review, the show that brings you up to date on the week that was. Here are the top stories. RBI cuts cash reserve ratio. Congress takes a battering in state elections. And Rahul Dravid says goodbye to Test cricket. First up, the Reserve Bank has surprised observers with a dramatic push for liquidity. Late on Friday, it reduced its cash reserve ratio by an unexpected 75 basis points. RBI's move came almost a week ahead of its mid-quarter policy review. The cash reserve ratio now stands at just 4.75%. The reduction in the rate will pump 48,000 crores into the banking system. RBI said banks were suffering a liquidity deficit partly because of advanced tax outflows. It added that the CRR cut would inject liquidity and ensure the smooth flow of credit. Moving on to the political earthquake that's likely to change power equations across the country. Counting from assembly polls on Tuesday showed a clear setback for the ruling Congress. The party lost out in 3 out of 5 states: Goa, Punjab, and most importantly, Uttar Pradesh. On the other hand, regional parties and the opposition BJP were the big gainers. In UP, the Samajwadi Party swept back to power dramatically with the young Akhilesh Yadav leading a successful campaign. But the outcome was a serious blow to Congress General Secretary Rahul Gandhi, who also campaigned hard but only managed to secure the 4th place for his party. And here's a quick look at the poll numbers from across the 5 states. In UP, the Samajwadi Party and its partners won 224 out of 403 seats. Its closest rival, the ruling BSP, trailed far behind with just 80. And the BJP alliance held 47 seats, while the Congress and its allies were at 4th place with just 38. Punjab also threw a surprise with the incumbent Shiromani Akali Dal retaining power. Along with its allies, the Akalis bagged 68 seats out of 117. The Congress meanwhile managed to get a mere 46. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand appears headed for a hung assembly. The opposition Congress managed a lead with 32 seats in a 70-seat house, and the ruling BJP was right behind with 31. Meanwhile, in Goa, the BJP stormed back into power with 21 out of 40 seats. The ruling Congress alliance only managed to secure 9. Still, the Congress party could declare a clear victory in 1 state out of the 5 that went to polls. The party will continue in power in Manipur with a resounding 42 seats out of 60 to its name. The Trinamool Congress was the closest rival with a mere 7 seats. Now switching to corporate news, it's been a particularly bad week for Indian aviation, with 3 top airlines coming under pressure because of late payments. Pilots of Air India and Jet Airways demanded their salaries be paid, and some from Air India actually threatened a strike if they didn't get their dues. Things were even worse for Kingfisher. On Monday, industry body International Air Transport Association, or IATA, suspended the airline from its international clearing house. It said the move came because Kingfisher had failed to pay its dues, but IATA added that the carrier would be allowed back once it fulfilled its requirements. The suspension of Kingfisher effectively blocks it from the global ticketing system, and while the airline has said customers won't be affected, it's likely to complicate booking on many international flights. Now, it's almost a year since the Hero-Honda partnership formally broke up to create Hero MotoCorp. Now, the company is looking to go global in the coming months. The company plans to start exporting bikes in the April to June quarter. Target markets will be in Latin America and Africa. Hero already exports bikes to some South Asian and Latin American countries, but those numbers have been tiny. The company now plans to export 1 million bikes by 2016-17 financial year. And here are some stories in brief. The US has gone to the WTO over India's ban on American poultry products. India's ban has been put in place to prevent avian flu. But the US argues its poultry is safe and that there's no scientific basis for the ban. Back in January, the US indefinitely postponed the 8th round of trade talks between the 2 countries. Delhi police has arrested a man in connection with the attack on an Israeli embassy car last month. The man, Mohammad Kazmi, is a freelance journalist who does work for an Iranian news agency. On the 13th of February, a motorcyclist had attached a bomb to an Israeli diplomat's car, wounding 4 people. Israel blamed Iran for the attack. And finally, one of Team India's finest batsmen, Rahul Dravid, fondly known as the Wall, announced his retirement from Test cricket on Friday. The 39-year-old Dravid said his retirement would make way for younger talent. His career spanned 17 years, many victories, and also captaincy of the team. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.